Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Booba's World. I want to talk with you about mental health today. On this point, I also want to set a trigger warning. So, everybody who is not capable to watch it, please skip it this time. But if you're feeling comfortable or also relaxed with my voice, then please continue to watching this video. And I also would appreciate for this topic, mental health topic, if we can discuss some things in the comments as well. How you are, going through mental illnesses or mental health condition and how you face them and how you cope to them, like the mechanism that you feeling better. So, what I want to talk about today is about private stuff, of course, in the same time. I want to mention racial trauma, I want to mention collective trauma, and I will talk a little bit about my ADHD, about OCD, about disruptive thoughts. And in one point, I will mention oh my god, suicide thoughts as well. And going through with you. Don't feel afraid. I choose this topic because I want to talk about this topic for many reasons, because I think there are a lot of stigma with mental health conditions. And I started last year family therapy. I would say it went half through because the family therapy was showing me that there's a family trauma. I want to talk about family trauma a little bit as well. So, and all of this inside me, kind of like there's so many different mental stage issues that we always clarifying, oh yeah, you're a normal person, or you're having this, or you kind of. But in my opinion, nobody's normal. That for sure, because humanity is not normal. What is going on at the moment shows everybody, and I think everybody have a mental health condition. So what I mean with that is that everybody have something related to something. If it's depression, if it's ADHD, if it's OCD, we coping to the society and we are reacting in different stuff. So because if you have a high EQ in all that, these are, in my opinion, also linked to the brain. So it's a mental thing as well. So and I wanna talk about also I will mention depression, but all this stuff I want to talk about is in the society more of a no-go, or also I have the feeling it's with the stigma that it's we can't really talk about it, and it's not that nice to say that to go to a therapy. Even everybody in the world should have his private therapist, in my opinion, to go to a person since childhood to talk in a room where people or where a therapist is listening to you. And this also, search for a good one. Search for a therapist who are willing to help you in your condition, but in the same time that you feeling comfortable and fine with this person. Because with the therapist need to be there need to be a connection, 100%, in my opinion. So I would start now. I would go through the racial trauma first. So it's like a racial trauma is like linked to my skin color and to the past, what happening to the black community, and sometimes this kind of slavery trauma and all that can go through centuries with a family. So, and I think with the mental health condition, a lot of black people have, or when there's the racial trauma, that we a long time we didn't have a mental health condition. So if we are angry or if we are get triggered by some stuff, we always get aligned with, oh yeah, angry black woman or angry man, angry black man, and all this kind of stuff. So it's negotiating our past traumas and also negotiating that black people can't have a depression, being with ADHD and be impulsive, or being abused and it get triggered, and a lot of things in the black community get rid of them, because what I experience worldwide kind of is that a lot of the mental health condition are experienced by the white community. So because even in our psychology or in the studies of psychology, you're going by Freud step by step to his psychoanalysis, and he was a clear racist person. And to his time, it's need to be in the context in his time. But his studies, in my opinion, are at some point fine for white people, but they're not clarifying for a black community. So, and I think we need to experience or to learn more that all the ethnicity in the world have a different racial trauma. And I think there's not this huge research on it, because it's still a debate. What is racism? And a lot of countries deny that they have racism in their country. They deny that they have systemic racism and all that stuff. So it's a hard way to unlock that for each country, that the base of racism in each country need to get unlocked before to understand the racial trauma in our societies or communities. So these to racial trauma. Then a collective trauma, it's like, since I'm half German, I go with the collective trauma of the Hitler time. So a collective trauma in Germany is that we understand that Hitler was bad and that we are guilty for the Jewish people, and that we are trying to. Germany is still an anti-Semitic country, in my opinion, but we try to deny and trying to be guilty with this collective trauma we have. But we are not, this collective trauma not acknowledge our past. It just being, oh, I'm feeling sad, or being defensive of this collective trauma, what is happening in Germany. So that's why, in my opinion, we see at the moment what happening with Israel, why Germany stand to Israel, because if the politician in Germany admit that Israel have doing a genocide against the Palestinian people, they, in this collective trauma, I think they feeling, oh, we would betray Jewish people, because in one point they gave this land to Jewish people as well, like with the UK together, to declare, hey, you have now a state, Israel, together, and there you have a place to live. But I don't wanna go so deep to this topic, because it's so complicated. But definitely my side is more on the Palestinian side, just to be clear, because what Israel doing at the moment, it's Hitler 2.0, in my opinion. And that's what collective trauma is doing as well. So even if you get oppressed, sometimes the oppressed people can become the oppressor as well. And I think Israel and Palestine are a good example in this point. So these two collective trauma, what a society have, where you grew up, and which path this society going through. And of course, um, if you have a migration background and your parents have a different story or history of their own country, you are like split of your birth country and also of your home country from the parents as well. So sometimes this can cause a conflict as well together. Um, what is next? The next topic I want to talk, it's my ADHD, and I think my ADHD is going pretty well. To understand ADHD, it's really complex because everybody who have a different socialization going through and how they grew up, since I grew up with my sister, my brother, and my mom. So, and I had a single parent. So I was just with my mom. My father was kind of available, but he made our condition even worse because he was violent and abusive to my mom. He never hit us, but we saw what happened to my mom, or I remember that. My sisters don't have that big memory about it, but this is doing something with you as well. And what I push away the ADHD. I go more with family trauma. So the family trauma what I have is that I have like abandoned issue, so or rejection issue. What apparently is linked to ADHD, that it can be cursed, that it's called rejection sensitive dysphoria, that if you're feeling a kind of abandoning or a rejection for someone, that it can cause pain or like mental pain. And in my opinion, this happening with me sometimes when I get a rejection in any kind, that I get emotionally super drained and I'm super exhausted. And the normal thing what I'm doing, if I getting this emotionally drained, I go to bed and sleep, because my saying in this is always, tomorrow is the next day. And I have the feeling sometime when I go to sleep and start something new or wake up for the next day, I can put everything behind it and put it in the day. So what was in the past is in the past, kind of. And this rejection sensitive dysphoria, I think it's really linked to my father, because I have an older brother in Germany as well, but he have a different mother, and he grew up in Bremen, and he was the star for my father. So he played soccer, he was really good in it, and on and on. And the only thing, me as a child, what I hear was Seku, Seku, Seku. So my brother, he's good, he plays soccer, and I tried all the time to get the attention from my father. Since now, I never reached the point that I get the attention of my father. And I also decided now, 2 years ago, I don't want to reach out to him anymore. I also talked with my sister that I don't want to have any contact with him. She can have it because they have a different relation. And this is also a kind of stuff what we need to acknowledge, that each kid of a parent have a different relation to the parent. So parents can't be always equal. This is a myth, in my opinion, because there are children who are calmer, there are children who are louder, there are children who, like me, have ADHD and are really impulsive, or I can't really manage my impulsive reaction, that I react way more emotional in different stuff because of my ADHD condition. And fun fact, if you have ADHD, one of your parents have 100% ADHD, because ADHD is a condition what is get passed through the parent, and if one of your parents have ADHD, 60% of the percentage is that one of your child have it as well. And I didn't was treated with medication. I didn't got Ritalin or anything else. So I'm really happy about it. And in my opinion, nobody should give Ritalin to a child because there is a mental condition for the child that you are starting to how it's called, they reacting differently. What I hear when people or when children take this, that they are like complete different persons. And I would say each drug should be forbidden for any children. Teenager time, it's something else. If you can talk with the teenager, hey, do you want to use it? Do you want to try it? Let's look how you react to it. If you like it, we can use it. And if it's helped you, of course. And I think in the adult time, anybody can do what they want to do. Because if you have a clear mind and you're completely developed with your mind, what it's ending with the age of 25, do whatever you want, use whatever you want, and being or trying to be happy in this point. And I think until now, I don't use anything. It's I'm happy with my ADHD because it's I got trained somehow to use my hyperfocus. I think also that a lot of ADHD people, if they find their field where they can work in and where they really like it, they are perfect asset to everybody because they are committed, they are nice, they are, in my opinion, probably, or what I experienced for myself, that I'm feeling that I be a really loyal person, but of course, this depending also how you are socialized and in which environment you grew up. Because coping for ADHD people, it's a big thing as well, and we try to get in this emotional environment and trying also to since like I'm really impulsive, I can really be angry. And I'm also a really happy person, but like with the link of rejection sensitive dysphoria, I can be also really cold. I can start to, in one moment, I'm super happy, but if I experience something what is triggering me, I can be also really cold and say, okay, I will not do anything for you anymore. It's fine. And yeah, but HHG, I want to do a different video to it because it's a huge topic in my opinion, where you can talk a lot because so much is happening with this mental health condition. So, and yeah, what I like to say also, that's why this I created this video, is my family therapy. And in my family therapy, I understood now that the construct, how we grew up and how your parents grew up, it's a big topic how you will raise your children, because it is important that you have, even if you say, okay, I will definitely do it different to my parents, but apparently my mom, she used some parenting styles as well, each children, because something was triggered. So my brother was triggered, or was not accepted by my father, because we have different fathers, was by my father. So my mom treated him in a different state, because he was not accepted by my father, and suffered a lot because he was 7 years older than me. And then since my sister was was treated kind of better from my father, so my mom treated her lesser than us boys, because we didn't got the attention of my father, and I think also it's a family trauma from my mom's side as well. But to this state, I was really happy to start the family therapy, because I have a better connection now to my sister. We're almost talking every day. I also have a better connection to my sister-in-law, and but in the end of the family therapy was the breakup for my mom and my brother, because they was not open, and a therapy can just be helpful if you as a person are open to unlock your past and going through trauma, because therapy is there for to understand your feelings, where are coming their feelings, and most of the times feelings are linked to trauma. So if you're feeling sad and you don't understand why, then it's in the past, somewhere in the past. But if you're also really happy or something in a situation, you start to be really joyful and all that. It can be also be in the past, and memory is linked to these emotions, because when we grow up as a child, everything start to develop. So even our emotions start to develop. Why are we feeling sad? Why are we feeling happy? Why are we feeling angry? And these are all triggers what can be pushed or activated in different condition. And I learned this now with the therapy, that a lot of stuff also in your family and how you grew up can be still hidden by your feelings, or how communication skills in your family didn't run because there was no communication skills at that point. And that's why I want to say to everybody, if you find a therapist a good one for yourself, it's always good to go there, because you can talk and you can be having, you can have an analyzation of you as a person. And for me, like all the labels, I started to count them on the beginning, or to say them on the beginning. It's just an opener or a doorway for me to understand who am I. And for me, I'm really curious about all this stuff. So a friend of mine, as they was saying to me, I guess you have rejection sensitive dysphoria. So this is just assumption I have, because how I date or how I feel in certain situation, I can understand now where the feeling is coming from, or why I'm so drained if I being super happy because I like the person or not, and trying to understand myself, and then I have something in my mind, and I got as a response what I have or what I'm thinking of, and then I get emotionally completely drained. And I think since they was saying to me this label, I understand my feeling way better, or I can understand and put it in a box why I'm reacting in a certain way, or why I'm feeling to okay, I need to cut this because it's really exhausting. And I think actually my mom have that as well, because for her it's really traumatic to go in the past and dealing with reactions and all that stuff. And to that, then since I split with my family, I fall a little bit in a depression period, and this was an indicator for me, because I felt nothing, to be honest. I felt nothing. I felt that I don't want to see anybody. I want to isolate myself. The only thing what I could do is, talking to my sister and my sister-in-law. I didn't want to do anything. I don't want to plan and all this kind of stuff. So it's like I tried more and more to isolate myself and to being more quiet and all that. But in this point also, HHG is perfect, because HHG sometimes just throw me out. Throw me out because I get bored or something like that. So even I have this depression episodes I can go through back, because my other mental health condition helps me to to interact with people. And I think you can use sometimes different mental health condition to being helpful in your daily life. Even people say, "Hey, you have that," and like you have a lot of brain fog, you are unorganized, you can't really decide what you're doing and all that stuff. Since I grew up in Germany as a black person, I have the feeling my HSG is working differently, because other people saying that they they have this fog in their head and all that stuff. But I grew up with my best friend and my sister in the same class, and we was really competitive to each other. We wanted to reach or to being the best and all that. And I always be on. I tried to be on point, and I think also like I reviewed the society in Germany, and I had the feeling that I always needed to be. I need to be German as German, you know. So because I don't want to be put out from Germany because I just have that. Um, this society believes, I don't know how to say it in English, that like hmm yeah, like yeah, my society is completely German, and a lot of people try to put me to Gambia, but since I didn't grow up with my father, it's I had a hard time to connect to Gambia because it's so far away visually from me. I don't speak the language. I don't have the good connection to my father, and these are all kind of stuff where I don't see myself, and that's why I wanted to become as German as possible to show, hey, I am here. And I think also this it's linked to racism trauma, and I think we not really acknowledge this since yeah I was thinking about what kind of trauma is it. I wanted to put it in racial trauma, but this is a different stuff. So yeah, it's racism trauma, um, and I think a lot of that happening as well, um, and then for sure a queer trauma, or if you if you're homosexual and growing up in a heterosexual society, majority of heterosexual people, even I thinking every second person it's probably bisexual, but we have to fear so much to get judged by the society, where I actually don't care because yeah, I was all my life there, and I'm since with my ADHD I'm completely thinking different, so I don't care at all. But what is linked a lot of times to queerness or to gay man is pedophilia or pedophile to being a pedophile, and yeah, never ever do that, please. This is a different topic, this is a different mental issue, and yeah, this is not in any case, if you're talking about the LGBTQ community, never mention that because it's highly discrimination, yeah, a high discrimination level what you can use, and it makes completely no sense, um, because it's a other mental health condition and it's completely separate to my queer community, um, just to be clear here. And yeah, I went to the depression episode I was talking about, always going back to my ADHD, family therapy, family trauma. So yeah, and the last one, this is more, I would say, more heavy stuff because when I went to New Zealand, um, I love New Zealand. To work and travel in New Zealand was amazing because the people were so kind and so lovable, and I had the feeling with my skin color it was no matter because it was nobody cares. They have the Maori, so and they know dark skinned people or brown people, and I felt really accepted in my body and that I represented as a black German. And after 11 months, I went back to Germany, and then I was going to a deep hole depression where I um, was yeah, working in my previous job before I went to New Zealand, and there was one evening that we was drinking a lot. Then I wanted to go out, but I was super drunk that the police catched me, and in the police station I had a meltdown that I wanted to go to a psychologist. I want to go in a clinic, and what the police officers did was just laughing about me and say, "No, go, you're drunk. Just yeah, leave us." And I was in like in a um, in a waiting room, and I told them that I will bite my wrist so long until I bleed out, and it didn't happen because yeah, it was super painful. But I know if I had something I could cut, then I would definitely do that. And to be on this point, there's always a mental health condition or mental position where you are so overwhelmed with everything, so overwhelmed with the whole life, because I never understood, and until now I will not understand why people hate me. I don't understand. People don't know me, and people hate me just because I'm gay, just because I'm black, and yeah, I never understood this condition. The people don't know me, but they see me, and they when they understand how I identify myself, yeah, it's like the whole society thing. If I listen to people how they talk sometimes about the queer community, about black people, and this as a HHG person, where you don't have any filter, it's so exhausting. It's not understandable at all, because your brain try to connect why people on this level don't like you. And this was my part where I was, yeah, I didn't want it to be here on this earth anymore, because it's super exhausting all the time. But the only thing what saved me in this evening also was I saw my sister and my mom deeply crying. I told them I can't anymore. I don't want that anymore. And after I saw them, how they suffer, I noticed, okay, you can't do that, because there are people out and they love you. They love you so deeply that it is that their suffering, yeah, would be extreme in one point, and that's my motivation to live. So, but I have definitely a different um, how you say that. Um, I see death differently. I think actually death is a good thing, because if we see our world, for me, this is hell. This is not heaven or something what people are claiming. No. What we do with humanity and all, it's pure crucial. We hate each other. We are not helping each other. We created a system of biases, of stereotypes, of stigma, and we getting sick in everything. I have the feeling, and it's that's why here actually I quote a Jewish belief is that if you are dead, so you can, in the Jewish belief, you can die twice. So it's mean your physical body, when you are dead, but the second time you're dying is when your name is talked the last time, and this can run till 400 years until your name is vanished from the world. So I keep this because it's a beautiful belief, and it makes me definitely easier to talk about death, and to being accepting that this is a natural curse. And yeah, imagine we all still live till the end or whatever with all the past crucial people in the world. No, thank you. And I think the only goal what we have as humanity is, of course, to being as old as we can, but in a healthy condition, not to force that we are being in a hospital and laying there and being just a potato and just thinking, when I'm dead. Okay. No, but that for me, I don't take myself seriously in this point, because it's I know myself, and I know the feeling that it can the world can super overwhelming and super stressful for everybody of us, and but we should try to learn as well that helping each other like with this video, to talk about mental conditions and mental illnesses, that we should acknowledge ourselves, what that's mean for the person and how we can assist them, because sometimes we coping and saying, no, I'm good, but deeper inside we are not good. Because if you would meet me in my private life, you would always say, oh, Boo is a happy person. 100% I'm a happy person. There's no condition that I'm feeling overwhelmed or down or something like that. No, that's not true. I have a lot of times where I'm feeling lonely, and where I'm being misunderstood in my friend circle because I express differently, or I can be sometimes harsh. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding to each other. But the the main thing what we need to acknowledge is we should try to keep or to being there for people when they need us, but in the same time, don't force yourself to being in someone's life who are not appreciating you as a person. And don't force anybody to being in contact if they don't see you, because this is also a big part. And a lot of times I don't feel seen, but I have a lot of friends. I have like silence friends, like committed friends who are supporting me in the background, and I actually sometimes I have no idea and I forgot the person, but they bought my book. What you can do as well. It's in German, but it's a good starter to learn German, I would say. But bought my book, listen to my podcast, or also if I reaching out to them, they give me a lot of love back. So because I'm sometimes with my ADHD and this impulsive reaction, I send it, I don't really can express that. Sometimes I'm waking up and I'm super happy, and I grab my phone and sending random voicemails to people I'm thinking of and saying, hey, do you know what? You're an awesome person and I really love you. And this right now is going to all of you outside here watching my video to the end. Thank you very much. At this point, I'm so happy for this community. And of course, I would love if you subscribe me and like it 100%. And please let me know in the comments how you like it, or did you like it, what is your things, what are you going through. If you need any contact or something like that, you can follow me on Instagram as well. We can have a chat, and I will be definitely available here. And thank you very much, and